Hello top 11 managers around the world, welcome back to your channel Mamun Prefer Gaming. Mamun Prefer Gaming is the only YouTube channel that provides daily basis valid top 11 content speaking in English, and I try to cover all the top 11 events just to help you guys. In this video, I'm going to talk about one percent player, or you can say one star player. Why do people use one percent player or one star player in their squad? I will not only talk about the benefit of these 1% or 1-star player, I will also tell you the full process of making these 1-star or 2-star players very easily. As you can see, this player is having skill, all skill 1%, and creating a 1-star player is not really something that you can have instantly. You cannot create 1% player within just moment or a few seconds, few minutes, or in a day. It's not possible. So it requires 2-3 seasons. First season you are gonna do something. Second season you're gonna do something. And this way, season after season, your player will be 1%. But I'm going to show you the full process, how you can do it, as soon as possible. There is a serious benefit of having this 1% player. Now, you will have to understand that in your squad, top 11 count 14 players. Yes, among your squad, they actually count the best 14 player by quality, by percentage. So they will simply just, have the most bigger 14 players. So your team is just the average of these 14 players. So if you keep 11 players bigger player and all other players are 1% player, then what happens? Your 11 players total will be added with the last 3 1% player, because 14 players are counted. So you have 11 players who are very big in your main 11, and now they will take 3 more player as it's 14 player. So once they take 3 more player from the remaining squad, and if you do not keep any more big players, like I have big players a bit, 3 big players, but if you have these 3 players also 1% instead of other percentage, it's on the process, my squad is on the process. I'm making new 1% players now. So if I keep these 3 instead of these 3 players 1% player again, that means I will only have 11 players as my bigger players, but these 3 players will be also 1%, and others remaining players in the bench and the substitution bench and the reserve bench will be all 1%. So if you have all these player 1% except your main 11, then the total will be, the total percentage of the players will be the main 11. That means all the 11 players will be will be in total, and also you are gonna add these 3 players from the bench. Yes, these 3 players from the bench, that means 3 more 1% player, and all together, the total of all these 14 players is gonna be like this. Let's just show you. Here it is, my main 11 players and plus 3 more players from the remaining bench and squad if they are 1%. So let's assume 11 players of mine, my 11 players are bigger, but all are 1%. Except these main 11, all are 1%. So here it is, the 14 players in total, 1,457. And if you divide these, if you do average, in average, my team is 104% after calculating all these. So now let's show you different scenario. I have a bigger player still in the reserve bench and substitution bench. Here it is, the total of top 14 players, 1,767, and in average, my team is 126% without 1% player. So if I do not have 1% player, if I have 14 big player, my team is far bigger than the team you could have with 1%. So it's clear, if you have 11 main players, big players, and then the rest of the players 1%, then you have lower team in average and you get benefit. What sort of benefit you get? You get a bit of lower opponent in your different sort of events. And if you put 1% even in the main 11, then your team, overall team, will be reduced furthermore, and your opponents will be surprised by these, as they will not be able to understand your exact percentage, because you have very big player and then you put 1% player in your main 11 as well, then the quality drop. So this is what happened. This is what people take advantage. They also win in events because of these total calculation. So now how can you buy these player, or how can you have this player? So the total process is these. You'll have to buy players who are 3-star. That's it. You will have to buy player who is 3-star. That means 40 to 50%, not 50%, try below 50%. And as soon as you get this player buying from transfer market with 1 or 2 token, you will put him in training for role or special ability. But before that, when you buy, you will have to buy the player with one single role, which is DL, ML, or MR, DR. So you can have either DR, or you can have even ML, or you can have DL or DR. So have a player who is having one single role among these roles. But if you get a player already in your transfer market who is having DL, ML together, or MR, DR together, then that's amazing. You don't need to train even. But try to buy one single, role like DL or DR or ML or MR. Later on, you will add another role to his player. I mean, if you buy DL, you are gonna add ML. If you buy DR, you're gonna add MR. That means you are making the player attackers, you are making the player midfielder, you are making the players defender. That means you are gonna build the player as all-rounder, as you can train both way. As a midfielder you can train for possession, as an attacker you can train for attacking bonus, you can also train for defender for your defending bonus. That's the thing, guys. That's the thing you will have to target, and this is another benefit. And with this benefit, you will have to make sure that you are adding another role to the player. Keep adding role and keep adding a special ability. Now, why you will add a special ability to this player and more role to this player? Let me tell you one thing. Once you buy the player as 3-star, and it will grow, keep growing, and it will add 4-star, 5-star later on if you train. So what can you do to pause these training percentage? Let me tell you that when you add a new role to a player, and when he will train, he will not add any attribute. He will stop adding attribute. He will stop adding a percentage. He will only train for adding a role. So as you can see, this player, if I add a role to this player, this player is already having the desired role for training, but still I'm adding another role just to make the player not add more percentage. So as you can see, if I do that, it's gonna take more training, and he needs 50 time these role point, and once he get it, he will add this role. So it's gonna cause almost one season. So this season he is not gonna add any percentage. If he doesn't add any percentage in this season, next season he is gonna drop more percentage. Every season we lose minus 20%. So if this player lose another minus 20%, he is gonna be nearly 20 to 30%. So that means he is no longer 40 to 49%. He is going to be 20 to 29%. And then next season you add another special ability, and this player will not add again attribute, and the next season he is going to be 1%. So this way, if you stop your 3-star player were 40 to 50%, 40 to 49% player, if you stop their training, if you stop their percentage, you can make them 1%. It is very simple. You just need to go to transfer market and and then you will have to buy a player who is DL or DR or ML or MR and who is having below 50%, and just buy that player with one or two token. Many people will try to buy these 1% player, I mean these 3-star players, and once you buy these players, and simple as that, you just need to bring to the squad, and then you keep adding you keep adding role, you keep adding special ability, and automatically this player will be 1% after 2-3 season later. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I do always appreciate you guys for watching my video, and please subscribe this channel so that I get inspiration to make more quality videos for you.